What I've done is I created what's called Digital Basics Score. So imagine you're going to have a third party look at your business from afar, like all the ways clients look at you. What we do is we look back at your business. All you have to do is give your business name and your website. We generate a report called Digital Basics Score, and we show you exactly how you score and rate compared to the best of the best in the industry. Because of my media company background, what I have is this database that says, these are all the small businesses that generate the most business through online content. So we know how people score perfect and how they get a ton of revenue booked online, lots of referrals. And we generate a report that gives you step by step where you are lacking and how you can improve. Very objective, very third party. And at the very least, you end up with a report that says, this is what you should be doing, and hand it to the people that are supposed to be doing it.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Brazen and Bold. I'm so excited to join a former guest, my friend Kip Dodson, to the podcast today. Welcome, Kip.
Hi, nice to see you.
Nice to see you too. Kip is the owner of a Moment's Peace salon and day spa outside of Nashville. And a fun fact, for those of you who are attending the Data Driven Salon Summit on tour this coming weekend, which will be November 2nd, we will actually have the chance to spend time in person at Kip's Salon and Day Spa to see a little bit about the innovation and what he is doing in this industry to bring some pretty incredible things with technology forward. For those of you who haven't heard his former podcast, he has a background in engineering. So Kip is, let's just say it, Kip, you're a nerd. And that's a compliment. Kip is a smart guy. He's not from the hair world or the art world. He loves numbers and data. And more than all of that, he loves helping people in our industry really understand their numbers and their data. A huge proponent of the Net Promoter Score. That's what we spoke about last time I had you on the podcast. We talked all about how you can use numbers and information to improve and grow your business. So, Kip, along those lines, tell me what's new and what you've been cooking up. And this is what I am so excited to share with all of our salon and spa owner listeners.
Sure. I want to show people how we get 14,000 reviews online.
Let's do it.
And they populate every day. If you went there right now to amomentspeace.com and you hit read our reviews, I'll bet that you'll find that one popped yesterday or today.
Pretty much every day. You've got raving fans and you're showcasing it on your site. Talk to us about what you've done with technology that's been so innovative, that's continued to grow your brand, and how you want to support other people in the industry doing the same.
I really see things that seem so simple. Like when I explain them or I show somebody, especially if you go to the salon or you go to my website, amomentspeace.com, and you go to read my reviews, you'll be like, how on earth is this happening? And the truth is everybody can do it. Like everybody can do it. You just have to kind of be coached on exactly how to do it. And that's basically what I'm excited to show.
All right. We have something new that you've been working on with a little technology team. And I've been privy to get kind of a sneak peek at what you've been developing. Can you let our listeners know about what you've created, what it's called, and what it does for our industry?
So we'll talk to people about the reviews online and all that stuff. But so what I've done is I created what's called Digital Basics Score. So imagine you're going to have a third party look at your business from afar, like all the ways clients look at you. What we do is we look back at your business. All you have to do is give your business name and your website. That's it. We generate a report called Digital Basics Score, and we show you exactly how you score and rate compared to the best of the best in the industry. Because of my media company background, what I have is this database that says, these are all the small businesses that generate the most business through online content. So we know how people score perfectly and how they get a ton of revenue booked online, lots of referrals. So what I did is create this program that's simple called the Digital Basics Score. Again, all you need is your business name and your website. And we generate a report that gives you step by step where you are lacking and how you can improve. Very objective, very third party. And at the very least, you end up with a report that says, This is what you should be doing, and hand it to the people that are supposed to be doing it. You know
So
what I
for
mean?
example, if you've got someone who's managing your social, your Yelp, your Google, maybe your website people and team, you can say, hey, this it's essentially an audit. So my own salon has undergone this audit thanks to Kip. Give me a little sneak peek. And essentially, just for people listening, Kip doesn't have an interest in a business that's going to take these scores. Like there's no conflict of interest where you're like, oh, and you need to buy this product from me, and this is going to show you why. This is simply an audit of all of your online presence as a business owner. Maybe it's your LinkedIn, your Yelp, Twitter, Google, Instagram, etc. How are you showing up based on what metrics and algorithms need to push you forward as someone who's high in searchability? And it tells you you're doing really strong here. Maybe in this place, your score is a little lower. And then it gives you, which I think the coolest thing about the report, because um, I don't want to disappoint our listeners, but a little confession between us and the audience. I'm not a technology person. I have a technology adjacent business with Spark, but I don't understand technology, right? So at first I thought, okay, this sounds overwhelming, Kip. Like, I'm glad you can tell me all these things that like technology guru would think was great, but I don't understand it. Well, I got this really easy to read report that had each category, my website, Google, etc. And then in those reports, it showed me you're at this score and here's how you could increase your score. And then there was a link to tell me step by step what would need to be done to favor myself in the algorithms. It's so easy to follow. It's very straightforward and it's very easy to read and navigate. And I'm telling you this as a tech illiterate person. So anybody listening can understand it's very accessible. It is just an independent audit that Kip has developed. It's kind of smart. What gave you this idea?
In my media business, we measure small businesses, and we would watch ones that were absolutely crushing it online versus ones that were mediocre versus ones that were struggling. And we generated this report that says, hey, this is why you're struggling when you think you're Googling your business, or this is why you're struggling when someone uses an iPhone to interface with your business, or this is why you're struggling because of your website situation. This is why you're struggling on social media. This is how you can improve your reviews and reputation, which everybody wants to have better reviews and reputation. And then we show, like at a moment's piece, I have 14,000. Well, how did I do that? It's very simple. All I did was connect the technology through the digital basics score. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So you're basically you were patient zero. You started this for your own business. You saw how effective it was. And then in the media
Mhm.
companies that you run, you were able to help others that you work with to have a better online presence. And sounds like you figured out there is a pretty big gap for some of us in the industry. You know, what it might have been a keyword search, or let's say even on Instagram years ago was a hashtag. And then it began to favor videos. And then, like what is needed or required to be searchable and favored on every different interface is a different it changes what every month or two at this point, Kip? How often are these
Yeah.
things updating and changing?
I recommend you get the score as often as you can, realistically. So I generate the score for myself and my own business about every quarter
Okay.
because technology changes. The most significant change we're all aware of is the AI searching that's going on right now.
Mhm.
So instead of Google AdWords being important, it's like almost not important at all. So people don't really Google much anymore. They're now talking to Siri, or they're talking to AI chatbots and saying, what's the best hair salon that's near me right now? And you're
Right.
getting an AI answer. So you have to populate technology differently to make sure you score better.
Basically, my salon website, my Google, or my other technologies are being maybe picked up on or activating an AI search bot so that AI knows that my salon exists, that Moment's Peace exists in Nashville as a top salon, where my Google keywords were really what I had to focus on 6 months ago, a year ago, right? So
Correct.
it is pretty daunting to someone like me to say, all right, this changes so often. It's easy to throw in the towel and be kind of be like, yeah, I can't keep up on that. Because honestly, if I didn't talk to you, if you weren't my friend, I am gonna be honest with you, I'd be like, what? I don't know what's going on. I would think that my website was great. So it's all nice that you can send me what needs to be improved, Kip. But what about in 3 months from now when it changes again? how much time does it take to run this score? What kind of work does it require if I want to keep a pulse on what my digital basic score is?
Well, here's a real world example. You're in your business and you're saying, I've been spending this much on AdWords, this much on Facebook Boost, this much on supporting my website, and I've been paying for this in advertising, and I'm not sure it's working at all, right?
Yeah.
Everybody thinks that. Everybody should be considering, what those things are that are working or not. What this report does is it shows you what is working or not. And it shows you where you should be allocating that money differently. And in many cases, you should stop doing everything you're doing, get the score, improve some things internally that connect, like your website connecting to social media connecting to Google directories and Apple directories and Microsoft directories and Yelp directories. If you recall, there's 4 categories, and we should do another segment of this, Heather, just talking about the 4 categories, why the 4 categories are so important, and then why it relates to AI search. Because we both know that even if you're told by a friend, you got to go see Heather at Tantrum Salon, but the next thing they're doing is they're looking up Heather at Tantrum Salon online.
Yeah.
And you never get a second chance to make a first impression, right? You
Mm.
have to have that first impression golden, digitally, online, ready to go, where they're ready to book an appointment. They're like, wow, Heather looks really on it. This Tantrum Salon is really good. And they increase their confidence. Right now, they want to come even more. And what
Right.
people don't realize is how many people they've lost because they'll learn about that particular business. That client will then search online about that particular business, and they'll be pushed away because of that bad impression they're getting online. And that's what this report is all about. You need to know what your curb appeal looks like from afar based on all the people looking at your business. That's what it does.
In all the ways that they're looking at it. So some people are looking at, you said curb appeal, like the salon they're driving by and they see the front of the salon, it looks good. Some people are looking at an online real estate listing and clicking through photos. Essentially, in that analogy of curb appeal, people are looking at this in multiple different ways. And so
Yeah.
every point of contact where my business or any listener's business could be searchable or interacted with online, this digital basic score audits what the user experience is, how it's being perceived, and what categories and areas it can be improved on.
It shows you exactly where you are. And then it says, well, this is where you are. Now, here's one more thing you could do. Let me give you an example. If you could set up the ability to book online right now, that person's probably going to book online right now. If you had a chatbot that was responding to your frequently asked questions, then it's going to be great. If your reviews are lacking, how are you going to improve on those reviews? And then I show you how I do it in my own business. So, I'm not preaching without practicing. I won't necessarily use my business. I might use another business that you relate to completely. The one that everybody uses is Amazon, right? You find it online and it's so easy to buy something that you just buy it, right?
Right.
So that's how you have to think about what people are doing today. And if it's too difficult to buy or make an appointment or call them right away and they answer the phone and you can make the appointment, what are they doing? They're probably moving on to the next thing. They're not booking with you. You might
Yeah.
have lost them.
Hey, business owners. Yes, you. I know you're juggling it all: marketing, admin tasks, websites, podcasts, social media. The list never ends. That's where Spark comes in. We're a virtual assistant company built just for small business owners, because once you're able to delegate, we know you'll be able to dominate. Our clients are seeing up to 30% increase in social media engagement and sales, all by letting us handle the behind the scenes work. Not to mention an incredible boost in flexibility, profit, and time. So scan the QR code right now to schedule a free chat with my team. Let's make you efficient AF and help you focus on what you do best: growing and leading your business. Right. And I think, like you said, someone might hear A Moment's Peace is the best salon in the Nashville area. And then I hear that, and that gives me the awareness. That's my awareness level. But then when I hop over to the site, or if I go and look at your Instagram or Facebook, if it does not match the reputation I've given, you have lost me at the trust factor. You've lost me now at doing more investigation into your business, especially if it's hard to book with you online. Are you kidding me? How many times have I gone onto a website? I'm going to be honest with you, and nobody listening to this knows where my daughter goes to theater or what she does, but their website is so clunky. I've wanted to sign her up for an additional acting class because she's begging me to. And I'd like to. I want to give these people my money. I've tried no less than 5 times. There's not even an obvious way to add a new card number to make the payment. You have to select an old card. Well, that one got canceled because I lost it. Now I can't figure out how to add the new card to the database. It is so clunky. It's a nightmare. If I didn't like them and if my daughter didn't like it, I would absolutely. It's hard to find when the season for theater starts or where it's such a bad website that they need you. They need you really bad because I imagine anybody like someone like me might intend very well to sign my child up for more classes. And I'm just like, I can't. It's a full-time job trying to get this website to work. It's such a pain. And I think a lot of us have interacted with businesses in this way that we really want to do business with, or maybe we want to leave a good review, but it's too clunky to even get there. So I like you. I'll send a friend, but I'm not going to go through the steps to do that. So, what you've created is this tool to really bridge that gap, I think, for those of us who have businesses we want to put out there and thrive. And tell me, what's the point? Who cares if I have 14,000 good reviews? Isn't a good reputation enough? I've got good clients. Why do I need to be nurturing at that level?
Because the technology is changing every day and you want to focus on your craft. You don't want to really have to worry about it. The business owner has probably already hired people to handle it for them, but they don't really have a third-party source to check on them. Like, how are they doing? Right. This is a very thorough, simple way to say this is how your vendors that you're currently using are doing. I have other clients, and I do this myself, is I generate the report and we just give it to our internal team. And we say, hey, respond to these reviews more often. Hey, I need to put more up-to-date pictures on this Yelp profile or this Apple profile, or we're not exactly where we should be on the map, or there's all these little things that we should make it easier for the client to book. And the best part of it all is most of it is free. You're not paying to get a link added to a directory that's free. You can do that yourself. You should own the ability to go in and get that directory and get that listing so that you control it. And all of this is stuff you can do for free. And that's another reason I built the digital basic score, is because I realized a lot of what is out there that needs to be done urgently isn't like handled by a service at all. I'll give you a perfect example. The most important thing you have to do is directory management. That's Google, that's Bing Places, that's Yelp, that's the rating websites that talk about the best business in town. Those are the number one things you can do for free. You don't pay for it. All you have to do is get the login, put the pictures in there, make sure you have your branding correct, make sure it's up to date about your employees and your staff, and it links to your proper Instagram and your proper website. And all that stuff is where people are judging you online right now and you don't realize it.
Right. And I love that you brought that forward. This is not something you have to spend money on. It's a little bit of time, but once you get your digital basic score, these are pretty clearly defined action items that are not like, and now you have to hire 5 more people to manage this thing. It's make sure we worked with a business that ran the digital basic score with Kip as a pilot, and their Google presence and their website just were not congruent with modern times. They did not have updated information. It was clear that it hadn't been really touched for multiple years. And so I think when you encounter a business like that, you wonder, okay, are any of these policies really real? Or are these team members up to speed? Because I start to wonder if your practice, like let's say I'm looking for a physician, if your website of your practice looks really archaic and outdated, I'm kind of wondering what kind of technology are you using in your physician's office? Do you have the latest training or what's going on? So I think that that's just, to me, it's very reassuring to know I can go on, I can read my score. It's broken down, like Kip said, into 4 categories and see on my directories, here's the action item I need to take. I need to go on and update the photos, or, oh, that's a broken link to, for example, my social media, things like that. It's pretty basic, to be honest with you, and hence the basic score. And it's something that I think, though I don't do it myself, I have a team, I hire assistants and people like that to run and operate these things because I would be overwhelmed trying to optimize it all. It is simple enough that anybody can do it.
Anybody can. And what I also realized too is that you may have a proposal from some firm and you're like, I need this, right? And you really, though, also want an opinion on whether that's something you need and whether they accurately prescribed what you need versus what they want to sell you, right?
Right.
So the digital basic score is created to give you that third party verification. This is what this third party verification told me I need based on how they analyze things.
And I think
Yeah.
that, again, you mentioned somebody who's trying to sell something, a firm or marketing or advertising person. Oh, you need to buy all these things. I mean, there's a pay to play. There's a couple of sites like Yelp where you have to pay to boost your page. And you don't need to do that to properly manage Yelp. But once you do that, they're always going to try to sell you more. And so there's certain things that I think people like me as a business owner and consumer, I would be a little bit leery. Like, okay, Kip, so what are you trying to sell me as a third party giving this to me? What's your angle? And I think it's really important for listeners to hear this is actually to protect you from signing up for a bunch of services. Again, a few of my clients at Spark have, 5, 6, 7, 8 different kind of services and technology services that they use because they were sold. They were sold saying that this will automatically make everything on your website or your marketing or your whatever better. And a lot of times I think being that I'm good at my craft and I focus on that, I can maybe trust too much in someone who's selling something to help me take my business into the future. And I think that this is kind of it's a little bit of an insurance policy or like a verification process. Yeah, this is actually what you need. And Kip's not like, and now if you buy this, I'll put it all together for you. It's simply, here's your information, do with it what you will. You have an objective third party giving you clear information, clear action items as a result of it. And the cool thing is when you get a subscription for a year, you can get that update and that report called monthly. Is that right, Kip?
We'll pull it as often as you like. I mean, doing it monthly is probably overkill, but we will generate the report as often as you wish. I've never had somebody say I need it every month. It's
So maybe generate the report and see, okay, I really need to update my Google page and make sure that my Facebook is optimized in this way. I do those changes that are required or requested on the outline, my email that I get that's very easy to read and follow. And then I check back in with you in 2 to 3 months and see, okay, where's my score now that I've done each of these action items? Do I get new action items to boost me even higher?
Yeah, absolutely. We'll run it again and then we'll verify that you did that or not, or maybe you had a third party do it or not. And you can get a check on whether they did it properly, or because oftentimes you do think you did it and there's just a couple more steps that have to be pushed forward. So that's generally what the report does. So our goal is that you buy it. It's $1,000 service for the year.
Mhm.
And I will offer a special through you, Heather, that will give it to a few select people at 50% off if they mention this podcast and this report.
Okay. Mention brazen and bold.
Yeah. So basically they pay $500, they get the report, they will get at least 4 consultations online with us.
Excellent. And so, I mean, this is less than $50 a month if they're doing that through this podcast and through mentioning us. Tell
Yeah.
me, what does that consultation look like if they're getting 4 consultations a year?
We do it over Zoom. We go over the report we've given you and you just basically ask questions, or I give you where you are in your 4 categories. I could do a session on just that. Like we should pick a business and we should show how we're analyzing it, because it does bring it into perspective of how you may be missing things that have to be linked internally.
Yeah.
And the vendors you're typically using aren't doing the linking for you. The other reason I developed the score is because business owners don't understand you have to be doing basic linking internally for your business across major directories, across your website and SEO, across how you manage social media with email marketing and text messaging. And then finally, you have to be doing a strong job of managing your reviews and reputation, all in synchronization with each other. And when you do that, you end up with a product like I can show you online at a moment's piece, where you have 14,000 reviews and it's just clicking.
And it's all cohesive, consistent, aligned, and trackable. And that's the goal for business owners. And if it overwhelms you, there are services and different service providers who can pick up the digital basic score and then say, let us put this into action for you, which is great. Or having something in your internal website, marketing, or social team start to implement these things for you. I'm very excited for anybody listening who's interested in doing this to reach out to you, Kip, and to see about how they can improve their online presence and, as such, increase their conversion rate. People interested in doing business with them who book, how can people contact you or connect with you if they're interested in checking out the Digital Basics score and what is offered there?
It's Kip, KIP, at amomentspeace.com. Or my phone number, 615-717-7616.
Listen, we would think you were a lawyer with how you shout that number out, but I do love that that's listed on your Google as well. If you listen to the first podcast with Kip, he puts it right out there. Call me if you have a question and lets people know if you have a concern. I mean, this is how you do turnkey business. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you learned a lot about how you can improve your online presence and increase your conversion to clients by using the Digital Basics score from our favorite tech friend. Is it okay that I called you a nerd, Kip?
Oh, I'm a nerd. I'm
Okay.
absolutely nerd.
I was like,
I am proud.
he's a big enough nerd that he didn't smile when I called him a nerd. So then I'm like, did I offend my friend Kip? No, he loves it because I'm a weirdo. You're a nerd. We know what we're good at, and this is what you're good at. So I love learning from you. I'm grateful that you've been generous with me and my business and helping me see this. And also some of the clients that I've worked with for Spark to check out their basic score and help them improve. So thank you so much for being with us today. Can't wait to see you in Nashville.
Yeah, it's going to be great. I look forward to seeing our friends too.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, Ed.